I'm live. I'm live. Live from the Falk family living room. I don't know why, but it's like I'm always getting thrown off by the live. I'm always like, am I live? Or, I can never really tell. And then all of a sudden I see that end live video pop up at the bottom. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm live. I better get talking. Let's get the ball rolling here. So here I am live. Okay, so I didn't know who would be available midday on a Friday, but I had these thoughts rolling around in my head, and I was like, okay, then I just need to come on here and share with you. And just, even if you watch it later, that's fine. And maybe you'll see this at the perfect time, just when you need it. So the title is Breathe Right. And I was thinking, if you have little kids, and if you know anything about, or like if you've ever practiced yoga, or if you've ever practiced deep breathing for yourself, sometimes if someone's freaking out, you're like, just breathe, just take a breath, like just breathe. And I actually had a little client who I saw the other day, and I had asked her, have you ever practiced deep breathing, or have you ever tried breathing? She was old enough to, have some knowledge of that, some insight to that. And she's like, oh, that doesn't work for me. And so I've had so many clients, not just the little ones, but I've had so many clients say, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Breathing doesn't work for me. And I ask more questions, because here's what we do sometimes. We wait until it's crisis mode, and then we want to implement the intervention. Like, we don't want to have to practice self-care on this end. We just want to go along with life, and then eventually, when it gets too bad, then we want to apply the intervention. Then we want to do something about it. So I just want to encourage you, when I say to you, because I'm going to say it now, just breathe. Just breathe. And when I say that, you're like, yeah, that's nice. But it's not a cliche. I'm not trying to be patronizing. And it's not just a cute thing to say, like, okay, take a breath. It's essential. It's important. It's essential to managing your stress and your anxiety to know how to breathe right. Now, there's a plethora of videos on YouTube on how to breathe right. But I'm just going to share a little bit about it with you today, and then you can practice it, and you can look up more videos if you want to and find out more about it. But honestly, if you just take a moment right now and think about how you're breathing, you're probably feeling a lot of your breath right up here, honestly, like up in your upper chest, right? And it's probably shallow, it's low, if you're stressed, or if you're in the middle of your workday and you're like trying to get stuff done so you can get done and just go for the weekend, it might be a little quick. So when I talk about breathing right, and breathing right in a way that's going to be beneficial to your body, mind, body, and spirit, breathing right, we take control of our breath. And we actually think about, and I always have my clients put a hand right on their belly button. You want to think about breathing down past your belly button, filling up your abdomen, because you want to feel your abdomen expand, and then slowly exhale so you can feel that abdomen contract as well. Breathing in and out through your nose is the most beneficial. So closing your mouth breathing is not as beneficial. And in fact, there are studies, and I'm not going to go into this either, but there are studies that show great benefits for nose breathing. So there are even people who practice taping their mouths at night so that they breathe through their noses. And so anyway, back to the breath. Breathing in and out, very slow and controlled through your nose, breathing down past your belly button so that you feel that expansion and contraction. And do this several times. And I encourage my clients to do this every night. Practice this every night, 5 to 10 minutes, with one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And you want to feel your abdomen move. You don't want to feel your chest move. Because if you feel your chest move, then you know that you really haven't brought in that breath. You haven't really brought it to the level where it needs to be. So that expansion and that contraction. And again, there are so many videos that explain why. There's so much science and research behind how this works. But I will say the one thing and my favorite thing to talk about in breathing right, when I'm talking about expanding and contracting with your abdomen, what you're doing is you are actually massaging and hopefully stimulating your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is your longest nerve, and it comes out of the base of your brain, and then it branches along both sides of your body, and it connects it goes down to your gut, and it connects gut and brain. So I'm sure if you've done any kind of research, you've heard brain-gut connection. That's a pretty hot topic these days, and it's literal. It's just a fact. And so when we're taking those deep breaths and we're expanding and contracting that abdomen, we're actually massaging the vagus nerve. And part of the vagus nerve's role is to activate the relaxation response. So if you are hyped up, if you're triggered, you're high energy, you're high stress, you're high, everything's heightened, everything's stimulated already, and you're like, okay, I gotta calm down. And maybe you have people saying, take a breath, right? Well, now you know how to do it properly. Now you know how to do it the right way. And now you have some ideas about why it works. And now that you know all those things, maybe it will help to kind of motivate you or energize you or interest you to practice this more often. Because when we can help ourselves really kind of come down off of that heightened stress, the longer you stay at a heightened stress level, the worse it is for your health, mental and physical. So practicing bringing everything down by practicing that deep breathing and massaging, stimulating that vagus nerve and getting it to activate the relaxation response and work for you. It's great. It's great. But I honestly say don't wait until you're heightened. Don't wait until you're in that space where it's like, well, I can't even get control of my breath because I'm so upset. It's like, practice this. And the more you practice it in a more calm and controlled state, the easier it will actually be to apply it in those moments when you are so keyed up. So that's all I wanted to say about breathing right. And I hope that is helpful and useful information for you. I know I need it, and I practice it every morning, and it really is very beneficial. I've felt it at work in my life, and so I hope that you will practice it and experience it and feel it at work in your life as well. I look forward to talking to you again soon, friends, and until next time, peace.